on CoastLife, you know we love ourselves a good beach read.
Yes.
And some of the things that make up our favorite beach reads are, of course, some local intrigue. So here to tell us more about their latest book and their latest series is a local author, Aislinn Archer.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Welcome to the CoastLife couch.
Thank you.
So I guess before we kind of dive into the book, give us a little background on yourself, because a lot of what goes into your books are elements of you and the life you've lived.
It is. I actually do my full-time day job right now is still as a journalist. I'm a print journalist, but I also worked as a sound engineer for live bands locally.
Wow.
And a number of my friends are musicians. So when I have my rock stars in my book, I not only have my experience myself, but I go to them and say, is this right? Do we have to change guitars for this song? So I want to make sure I get everything as close to reality as I can, even though this series has an element of fantasy to it too. So realism and fantasy blended together.
Oh,
Sure.
we love
That's
that.
our favorite.
Yeah. We're excited to read this.
We are. So tell us a little bit about the series as a whole before we dive into this book in particular.
I had a story where I was researching the property lines down on the beach as to who has control over public and private beaches. And it occurred to me one day, what if the reason that the private beach was being so particular about who was allowed on the beach was because there was something interesting, unique, and supernatural going on? And so from there spawned this idea for this urban fantasy series of this local reporter who stumbles into this deep secret that's dark and dangerous, and so spins off this entire urban fantasy series. But then I've also been reading a lot of rockstar romance lately because I love my musicians. But I'm like, what happens if we throw a chart-topping popular band into this exact same setting, and they're running across all of these supernatural circumstances that they have no idea what's going on or how to handle any of it.
I love it.
This is so cool.
So,
We're already ready.
I'm so excited. And so the latest book in the series just came out this month.
Yes, just came out on Friday, August the 4th.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
This book, this is our drummer, Reese, R-H-Y-S, as he often has to correct people. And Reese is been my comic relief so far in this series. He's a little bit goofy, a little bit strange.
He's a drummer.
Yeah.
We started off with a drummer, but he's also got ADHD, and so that was one of the challenges of writing this one in particular. Was I write as a dual point of view, first person, so I had to put myself in Reese's head as somebody with ADHD, and it tends to be a little more disconnected than it would be normally because his thoughts are all over the place.
Wow.
But that's part of the fun part is he's very impromptu and he does things without really thinking too much about them. Has no filter, as he famously says. Can't keep any secrets. And so of course we have all these secrets going around in this town. The last person who's going to be able to keep the secret is Reese.
Oh gosh.
And so that's kind of where our conflict comes in, is because he manages to spill the beans about one of those secrets at one point in time. But he's a really fun character to write and a really fun character to have in the series. And his love interest in this book is a local music teacher at the elementary school.
Oh,
She's a widow and a single mom, and so she's working really, really hard to take care of her kids and get all of her life back in order after her husband has passed several years prior. And so the last thing she wants is this crazy, unpredictable drummer coming into her life. But he's been dreaming about her since before they got here, literally dreaming about her. So she is the woman of his dreams. And so it kind of goes from there in terms of them exploring how all of this happened and the secrets behind it, and exactly how things are going to work out between the two of them when she's trying to live her nice, quiet, planned life, and here's this crazy drummer who's out on tour all the time and doing crazy things. So
This is so fun.
I know.
I'm so
Already into
excited
it.
to read this book.
I love the opposites attract.
Yes.
But one thing that a lot of readers can expect with your series is a fairly inclusive cast as well.
yes, definitely. I have tried to be inclusive not only with the ADHD character with Reese, but one of the teacher's children has autism also and is nonverbal. We also have the bassist in the band is also on the autism spectrum, although he's on a different part of the spectrum. His love interest has social anxiety disorder.
Gosh.
And the characters in the first two books in the series, the male character who is the rhythm guitar player for the band, his mother had some mental health issues, and he had some issues with his father too, and so there's a lot of mental health awareness built into the first two books in the series with them. And we also have some religious variations and all kinds of things going on with different characters coming from different angles. And so it's been a lot of fun pulling all these different characters together in one band and then all of the people who circulate around them.
Wow, I think a lot of people will appreciate that. You always like to relate to your characters.
Yeah.
So I'm sure someone can find a character they can relate to.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I've had so far with this book just being out even a few days. A lot of people have said, oh, I identify with Reese because of the ADHD. That's exactly how my brain works too.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, you know, I'm a single mom and I know how hard that is, and I know how hard she's trying and how stressed out she is, and how good it would be to have somebody come in and try to help.
Yeah.
So for readers like us who are ready to
Yes.
dive into the series,
Yes.
where can people get a hold of the series and this book if they're already caught up?
Well, if they're already caught up, this one is available right now. It's available on paperback and in Kindle on Amazon. Probably in the next week or so, it should be up for independent bookstores to order. And we just anywhere you can find them at that point in time. Once they're out there, Barnes and Noble can get them. Everybody can get them. And again, your independent bookstore is a really great way to do it locally.
Yes.
That's we love.
So
to shop
they'll
local.
be able to order it for you. It'll take a couple days to get in, but it's not
Worth
none
it.
of it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I do that
And-
every week.
Me too.
and we're up to 6 books in the series. This is number 5 because I've got an interstitial that comes between 1 and 2. But they're all 6 now, and so this is a great thing just to sit down end of your summer at the beach, and you can read straight through.
Yes.
So excited.
Ashlyn, thank you so much for coming in and
Absolutely.
sharing about
Thank
your
you for-
series.
thank you for having me.
Of course.
Well, yes, we know you're ready to head to the bookshop and dive in right now.
Yes.
But stick around because we do have some more Coast Life headed your way.